Adam Faith in 3 minutes.
If you were a teenager in the early 1960s, you were pretty much obliged to belong to one of two factions, depending on which pop singer you supported. You were either a Cliff Richard person or you were an Adam Faith person. Pick a side, have a fight about it in the playground.
And we use the word singer quite loosely.
Even by his own admission, Adam Faith was never the world's greatest singer. In the early days at least, he did a sort of sub-Buddy Holly impersonation.
All nose and tonsils.
But the big advantage he had over Buddy Holly was that he was a homegrown product, born Terry Nellums in Acton, West London.
His dad was a lorry driver and his mum was a cleaner, and they lived in a nice little council flat in Acton Vale.
His big break came towards the end of 1959 with his first #1 hit, a song called
What Do You Want?
If You Don't Want Money,
What Do You Want?
If You Don't Want Gold. It went to #1 and was the first of, I think it was a record at the time, of 7 consecutive top 5 singles, 13 consecutive top 20 singles. Everybody loved Adam Faith. Teenagers adored him, the telly adored him, intellectuals adored him, archbishops adored him.
Mums loved him.
But then it all went badly wrong.
The Beatles came along and swept it all away.
He hung on for a bit, to give him his credit, and made a couple of post-Beatles very good singles with the Roulettes, but gradually the record sales dwindled and his career fizzled out. But did Adam give up, turn his face to the wall and say it's all over? No, he did not.
He reinvented himself. He became an actor and he had a lot of success with Budgie, and then he became a manager and he managed Leo Sayer into the ground, and then he became a financial advisor.
And this process of reinvention, like Doctor Who's regeneration, continued for the rest of his life. When he got bored with one project or it went belly up, he'd reinvent himself as something entirely different. He'd be a financial advisor, and then he'd be an actor again for a bit, and then a singer again for a bit, and then at one point he ran his own television channel, and each time he crafted himself a whole new identity, this ability, as if all those other Adam Faiths had never existed, this ability to compartmentalise himself, almost like a multiple personality syndrome, and nowhere was this more advantageous than in his marriage.
Adam was married for 35 years to a dancer called Jackie Irvine, and one of the reasons it worked reasonably well was that she was married to Terry Nellums, not Adam Faith.
So at home he could be Terry Nellums, the good father and reasonably good husband, but as soon as he left the house he became Adam Faith, which gave him licence, in his own head at least, to put plenty of what he liked to call carnal mileage under his bed. He was very, very aware of this dual personality, and you've got a quote about it, haven't you, Caroline?
The strength of being Adam is that he has no history to deal with, no family and no dependents. Being Adam is like playing a part in a film. On the whole, I prefer being Adam.
He died being Adam in a hotel room in Stoke-on-Trent, in bed with a 23-year-old girlfriend, watching telly. His last words were,
Channel 5 is all shit, isn't it? Christ, the crap they put on there.
Not the most profound of final words, but nonetheless undeniably true.